Hey guys, Chris here with a quick belt video on a belt that arrived recently. This is a WCW World Tag Team Championship belt. Really love this design. This was a Joe Marshall design around the 1999 era of WCW. It actually replaced his previous design, which was very similar to this one, but it was a lot smaller in scale. It was missing the eagle at the top here, and the main plate was just a lot smaller. So you can probably see these side plates are quite large, and with the smaller main plate, it just looked a little bit odd, in my opinion. Just the sizing really didn't make a lot of sense. Whereas when they introduced this one, it just looks amazing, in my opinion. The eagle really pulls it together. You got the wrestler holding up the globe there. It just looks amazing. So this is an HD belt. This is made by Ali Anas or Altair Belts. And I bought this belt secondhand. I initially bought this belt as a project belt. The plates had some plating issues, and my intention initially was just to buy it and then pull it all apart, replate it, and re-leather it. However, the belt arrived in better condition than I was expecting, and some of the plating issues weren't as bad as I thought. So I'll see how it goes. I mean, if the plating issues return, then I'll end up replating it. But yeah, really pleased with it. I'll start with the leather. The leather's really nice, actually. Yeah, it has real leather backing, well tooled. I do know that Jamar was using a different camouflage border tool during this era. He did switch to this one a little bit later on. But in any case, this is still a nice tool to use. And it is technically his stamp, but yeah, just slightly different to the one that was used in the ring. I also did notice that Ali Anas has left the snap boxes untextured. Even though you can see a texture there, that's actually across the whole belt. That's not something that's been tooled in. That's just the natural texture of the leather he's worked with in this case. On the other side, 2x5. I guess the other criticism I have, perhaps, is that Jamar used a different spacing to this. He used something like 1.25 inches between each snap, whereas these are a little bit closer together, more like Midwest or Reggie spacing on his snaps. But regardless, I still think it looks very nice. But yes, my intention was to re-leather the belt. So for whatever reason, the previous owner had a Jamar plate attached to the belt. I noticed on the ring used pictures, I was looking at the ring used belt, that's actually not on there. So my intention was to re-leather the belt and just leave that plate off. But again, looking at the belt as it is, it's in really good condition, so I may just leave it. The leather cut itself is quite nice as well. It's got this real wide cut rather than tapering in between the side plates and the main plate. So really cool. On the back is a blue backing. So this is real leather, really nice royal blue, which is the same as the ring used version. And the leather just has a really nice flop factor to it. I'm a big fan of blue backing. I think it's really nice. It's really complimentary, especially with this belt. Just works very well. Yeah, but the design itself is just very cool. It's got this sort of geometric filler pattern in the background, which just looks amazing. And the eagle up the top, you can probably see there. I know a lot of people aren't a fan of the Jamar eagle. They think it looks a bit silly, but in this case, I think it's just really simple, and sometimes simple works better. So yeah, it just looks really nice. I think this particular belt was to be replaced with another Jamar design, which was similar to this one, but had a WCW logo in the middle of the globes rather than up the top. And it was the new version of the WCW logo, not this one. But unfortunately, WCW closed its doors before we got to see that particular belt. But luckily, this particular belt lived on into the WWF or WWE albeit with a painted logo. I think it got painted red from memory, just to match the color scheme that WWF was using for WCW at the time. But yeah, really, really cool belt. It just flows really well as a 3-plated belt. The thing that really impresses me though is the depth of the etching on the side plates. Really clean, really deep. The globe etching is quite nice as well. That's the same for the etching on this side too. Another thing that threw me was that the size of the belt was much larger than I was expecting, for a tag belt anyway. When I was looking at the initial photos of the ring used belt, I just didn't expect it to be this size. I have a Groovy G big gold replica, and it's the same size as this one. It's very, very big. So not that I don't like that. I think it's a the size is fine, but it was just bigger than I was expecting. But anyway, my intention is to upload another video shortly where I'll go through all the WCW belts that I've put together in my collection and go through them as a set, which I think would be something enjoyable to watch. But in the meantime, I thought I'd just do a quick video on this one as it arrived recently. And it's just a really nice belt. Anyway, guys, that's about all I have really. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Cheers. Bye.